Now, live from Swainsboro, Georgia, it's the 70th Annual Swainsboro Pinetree Festival.
Good morning and welcome to Swainsboro, Emmanuel County. WTOC presents the 70th Annual Pinetree Festival Parade. You see the folks that are lining Main Street here on US 1, waiting for this parade that'll take off in a few minutes. Dow Kennedy here with Ken Warnock from the Chamber of Commerce. You see folks are just eagerly waiting on this parade to begin. We are here. We laugh about Chamber of Commerce weather. Ken, you guys have ordered in something perfect for today. You couldn't ask for anything better.
Absolutely. We ordered it a couple of weeks ago, and it turned out just right.
We're glad we could help deliver that. Pat Prokop, John Weatherby, everybody came through in a pinch.
Absolutely.
We have got a great parade lined up for you. They will be coming down US 1 here to the middle of town in just a few minutes, but we want to show you something. The opening ceremony was just a few minutes ago, and as we wait for things coming up US 1 heading this way, we want to bring you that opening ceremony. We're going to cut to that right now.
Great day in downtown Swainsboro. My pleasure to welcome you to the 70th Annual Pinetree Festival. How about that? Woo! We've been coming here doing this the first week in May since 1945. And I'm trying to see who might have been here for that one. Bobby Reeves? No, I don't. It is a pleasure for me. I'm Charles Swaby, Mayor of Swainsboro. It's a pleasure for me to welcome everyone here. It's hot on this stage, and we've got a great parade waiting down the road, so we're going to make it quick, and we're going to begin with an invocation from Pastor Gary Hackett. Young man does a great job with young people in our community. Pastor Hackett.
Let us bow our heads, please. Father God, we want to come to say thank you for this day, a day, oh God, in which you have made for us, and you told us to rejoice and to be glad in it. And we want to start this morning off by saying thank you for allowing us to be here this morning, for allowing us to fellowship and allowing us just to partake in this grand event. And, oh God, we just continue, Lord, to pray unto you for our strength and our help, especially for this community and its leaders, oh God. Lord, that we won't just have leaders, but we'll have leaders with leadership that will take us to the next place, Lord, for the next things. And, Lord, we're believing you for greater. We're walking by our faith. We're trusting in you. We're believing, and we're holding on to you in your every word. Now, God, help us in this day, Lord, to look over, Lord, the things, Lord, that are not of you, and to, Lord, have fun, to fellowship and to network and to get to know someone, God, that we never got to know. Lord, you made this all possible, and we put it back in your hands, Lord, that it'll be a glorious event. Have mercy on our souls. Deliver us, God, from all sorts of evil. In your Son, Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
We are especially honored today to have to present our national anthem, Miss Georgia. So it's my pleasure to present to you probably the prettiest thing on this. Well, no, we got a lot of pretty things on this stage. That was close. Miss Georgia, Maggie Bridges.
You're going to get yourself in trouble, Mayor. Please rise for the singing of our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ken, I don't think that's the first time she sung that song. I think she hit the ball out of the park there. Amazing job. We want to introduce you folks to some of our commercial sponsors today who are helping make this all possible. Ask you, when you see those folks, tell them thank you and help support them for helping support this parade coverage. When we come back, we'll have some more of that opening ceremony, and the parade should be making its way to us. So stay with us as the Pinetree Festival parade continues. We can see some of the parade coming on the distance, coming up US 1. We're going to go back and show you some more of that opening ceremony. By the time we finish, they'll be right up here on us.
We got another special guest, real quick. Gentleman right here in the big hat, if you would come up. The Pinetree Festival was started the same year Smokey was born. Smokey Bear is 70 years old today, along with our festival. And I tell you, Smokey, you look pretty good for living in the woods for 70 years, huh? But in honor of this, we're going to ask Miss Georgia to sing one more time, and everybody's going to join in happy birthday.
So I'm leading, but y'all got to join in. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Smokey. Happy birthday to you.
I told him he'd get a kiss from Miss Georgia, too.
Oh, here, come on.
Great job. You look just like the day I first met you. Thank you, Smokey. Thank you, the Forestry Commission, Georgia Forestry Commission, all the guys in the local units that look after us. I tell you, if you ever have a fire on your property out in the county or wherever, and you don't know what to do, and you see these guys coming, it's better than the cavalry. So thank you so much, everything y'all do. We've got some more special guests here this morning. All our elected officials, if you would, just kind of raise your hand. Glad to have Senator Jack Hill. Jack tries to keep the budget balanced every year in Atlanta. Bless your heart, Jack. Representative Butch Parrish, one of the longest serving representatives in the House. Senator Jesse Stone, rising star in the Georgia Senate. Appreciate all y'all being here. Who else do we have elected officials? I'm not going to try to catch everybody because we're running late, but thank you for your service. A man told me one time, he said, Mayor, if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't know who to blame. So, you know, that's right. We appreciate everything y'all do. I'm going to introduce another hard-working young man right now. This is our festival chairman. He's done it for 3 years. Is that right, Wade? Wade Johnson does a great job. He was hand-picked. We picked him out and just pushed him forward. And he's done a great job, and we appreciate that. Wade, come on up if you would.
Thank you, Mayor. First, I want to recognize and thank the Shriners, because Mr. Matt Griffin and the Shriners help us get the parade started, lined up, keep everybody organized, make sure kids are on the right floats. And for the appreciation we show for their effort, we're going to make another donation this year to the Shriners, and we want to give them a round of applause. I get the honor to introduce some very special ladies today. Not only in Emmanuel County do we grow pine trees, but we grow some pretty girls too. And this time I'm going to call out some names, and we have our queen sitting over to my left. As I call your name, would you please stand? The 2015 Miss East Georgia State College, Allison Durden. 2015 Miss Emmanuel County, Caitlin Coleman. 2015 Emmanuel County Outstanding Teen, Miss Annie Swan. 2015 Miss Southeast Georgia, Miss Madison Brett. 2015 Southeast Georgia Outstanding Teen, Miss Ivy Rowland. In our 2015 Pinetree Festival pageant done by our Rotary Club, Baby Miss, Miss Ella Jo Hooks. Toddler Miss, Miss Marlee Johnson. Wee Miss, Miss Emma Charles Townsend. Tiny Miss, Miss Charlie Mitchell. Little Miss, Miss Caitlin Kersey. Young Miss, Miss Caroline Kettles. Junior Miss, Miss Charlie Harper. Teen Miss, Miss Sydney Dorsey. and Queen Miss, Miss Jillian Edenfield. Let's give all these lovely ladies a big round of applause. And I think at this time we might have to rush you ladies off on the bus so we can get you on the float for the parade for everyone to see. I also get the honor of announcing and recognizing the winners. Every year we do a slogan and a poster contest. Ms. Pam Akridge does that for us and does a wonderful job with it. This year our slogan contest, which our slogan this year you probably already know, is the Mighty Pine, Tall and Lean, Strong as Ever in 2015. Ebb McCullough from DEA was the winner of the slogan contest. The poster contest winner, Leanne Wright from ECI. Second place poster was Dahami Salgado from Twin City Elementary. And third place poster was Blake Labreezy from Twin City Elementary. Let's give them all a round of applause. Real quickly, I want to recognize everyone you see wearing these yellow shirts are on our Pinetree Festival Foundation. They're a lot of hard workers. They put in a lot of their time, a lot of effort to make sure this festival takes place. I want to tell you from the bottom of my heart, thank you for all you do. And if you see these people, please stop and tell them thank you for all they do. And thank you for having us.
Thank you, Wade. It's now we're going to wrap this up because we're losing people off the stage. But want to tell y'all about our green jacket winner and our grand marshal. This is a selection that's been made every year, and it means a lot to us, and hopefully a lot to y'all, and especially to the recipient. I want to call out some of our past winners. Dr. John Black is up here, his wife Dorothy. Bill Rogers is here. And Shot Strange, our winner last year. Mr. Shot, great to have you here. Do we have any other green jacket winners scattered around anywhere? Edwin Kennedy's past grand marshal. And Mr. Raymond Hendricks. Good to have y'all with us. Appreciate all y'all did in your time with the Kiwanis Club, and that's what got this festival started. So we're very appreciative of all that. Thursday night, we named our 2015 Green Jacket winner, Grand Marshal. This is a person, I'll tell you the truth, who, if you ever see anything good going on in Emmanuel County, she's right in the middle of it, if not leading the charge. And I made a little joke the other night. She's the only person I know who can tell a Superior Court judge what to do. And that's pretty strong. That's pretty strong. But our winner this year, and I'm so pleased and so proud to announce, Miss Daisy Reeves, the Grand Marshal and Green Jacket recipient for 2015. And I'm not going to make you say anything. Okay. All right. You can pay me later. All right. We're about done. I want to say one other thing. I want to thank the Swainsboro Police Department, the Emmanuel County Sheriff's Department, OMI, all the city folks and county folks who have helped do this. It's a great event every year. It's just a time that we can kind of slow down, take a break, and celebrate this resource that's so important to this county.
You see the parade making its way here. Ken, I had to crack up when the mayor said, everybody behave like your mama's watching, because, hey, live TV, we got plenty of folks watching. Behave like somebody's going to see you, because they are.
Ever since we found out we were going to do this telecast live, we've been pumping everybody, every civic club we went to, act like your mama's watching. Act like your mama's watching.
Well, listen, I got a feeling mine's watching at home, so I'm going to be on my best behavior.
Absolutely.
You can see the crowd. You can see the folks that are lining this street up, coming up South Main. Some of them are over on North Main. They're over on the other side of this. This makes a big horseshoe through the middle of town. It turns, makes a left, makes another left, and comes back on another block of the way. And it covers just about every part of downtown.
Has about a 1.5 mile trek, and we'll expect somewhere between 7,000 and 10,000 people here. So we basically double the population of Swainsboro today just for the parade.
Hey, one of those things, welcome everybody to town, but only if you can spend the night, because there's not that many hotel rooms.
That's exactly right. It doesn't take long to fill up here. Of course, we like to help our neighbors out every chance we get in our surrounding communities, but we love having people in Swainsboro and visitors. I love having them see our community and our downtown, our beautiful park. Just love having them here.
The park is gorgeous, and they're going to come right by us and right past that park. Many of us remember when that was a courthouse. There was a courthouse there in the middle of town, and then they moved that out of the way and put in a beautiful downtown park right in front of y'all's office, and just a wonderful place for folks to come through and gather, and plenty of shops that you can step into. We can see plenty law enforcement leading the way down here, so it's going to get loud when those sirens get closer and closer to us. But you can see the size of the crowd. You can see folks lining the streets waiting for everything. Most of them have got a relative or a neighbor or somebody that's in this thing, so they've got a vested interest in getting a front row seat.
Everybody wants to come see who they know in the parade.
We have got on the street, it doesn't get more authentic than Teddy Roundtree, Moore Emanuel County, graduate of David Emanuel, University of Georgia, and WTOC's own. Teddy, who do you have in that first car?
I have Mayor Charles Swabby. Mayor Swabby, how does it feel to have all these people out here in our great city for the Pinetree today?
It is great, and what a beautiful day. I don't know if WTOC brought the wonderful weather or not, but y'all can take a little bit of credit. But it's just a great day for the community. Wonderful crowd. We try to get a little bit bigger every year, and I think folks appreciate it. We're so glad to have you folks.
Glad we're here. Thank you, Mayor Swabby.
We'll take all the credit for that weather as possible.
Absolutely. Chamber of Commerce Day.
Mayor has done an excellent job in his years of being the mayor of Swainsboro. We see so many things going on. We talked about downtown, talked about so many businesses coming to town. He's had a very positive influence in that.
He has. Charles is in his third term now. We are so lucky to have someone like Charles Schwabe as our mayor.
I always have to kid him about his name because of that financial group, that Charles Schwab. He's not the financial guy. He's a little bit more important than that in Swainsboro.
Not to be confused with the Schwabs, but he's the Schwabe.
And coming up right behind him. Coming behind him, we see one of the vehicles for the Sheriff's Department, and right behind that would be the Sheriff himself with Teddy. Introduce us.
Hey, I got Sheriff Tyson Stevens right here. What do you think about it?
Teddy, we're glad you're here with us. You're our native girl here. We're happy that you're here. And
I'm happy I'm here,
we're
too.
having a great time.
Great day for it.
Everybody come on down, okay, and enjoy it. Okay, thank you.
You heard the Sheriff's orders. Come on down. As soon as the parade is over, make your way, whether you're to the west of us, to the south, come on up come up Highway 80 or US 1, whichever road, get to Swainsboro. The festival is all downtown, so you get here, you're right in the middle of it.
Dal, we have festivities all day today, and even tonight we have the Swainsboro Raceway Pinetree 100, fastest quarter-mile dirt track in the state. We have about 30 states represented tonight in that race.
All right, we're going to go. Teddy has got our Grand Marshal, who has her other half riding with her, too.
I've got Miss Daisy and Mr. Bobby Reeves. Miss Daisy, how does it feel to have such an honor to be the Grand Marshal for the Pinetree today?
It's humbling to represent all the people from Emanuel County, and I am enjoying it immensely, and I hope everybody will enjoy this beautiful day.
Well, you look beautiful, and it is beautiful, and have a good day. Bye.
They were laughing earlier that she's one of the few ladies in town that can tell a Superior Court judge what to do, and he's sitting right there next to her.
He is, and it's not every day you can say you're driving Miss Daisy either.
Perfect. Now, this is an interesting group that we've got behind us. Ken, tell us who is in that float.
These are the past Green Jacket representatives and past Grand Marshals of the Pinetree Festival's parades. The recent years, sitting in the front there is Mr. Shot Strange and John Black and Bill Rogers wearing the green jackets.
An illustrious group. Now, we look, and it's a much prettier group coming up the way. Now, we see those green jacket folks right there. Certainly an honor in this community to wear that jacket. It's even better than winning the Masters, isn't it?
Absolutely. There's only 5 of those that exist in the nation.
Let's see who we have coming behind us now. This is one of the prettiest floats, and it's mainly because of who's on top, who's sitting on the top of this.
That's right. These are our Pinetree Festival queens, from Little Tots all the way up to Miss Queen. They competed about 3 weeks ago for the title, and sponsored by the Rotary Club here in Swainsboro. And these are some lovely young ladies representing our festival.
And I imagine some of them have been part of this from the time they were in those first seats, and they have been a part of it to all the different age categories.
Absolutely.
How are y'all doing this morning? Moving on now. United States Army.
The Army colors. The colors are yellow. To show the world that we're good fellows.
We thank those folks for what they do for us every day.
Absolutely.
Moving in now, we have Miss Georgia, Maggie Bridges. You heard her do the national anthem a while ago. Beautiful job.
Maggie represented our state real well last year at Miss America pageant, and we're proud to have her in town today.
Now some folks a little bit closer to home. We will see
Caitlin Coleman and Angie Saxon. They're our 2015 Miss Emmanuel County and Miss Emmanuel County's outstanding team for 2015.
Miss Southeast Georgia, Madison Brett, as well as outstanding teen, Joey Rowland. Let's see. And we're going to go to Teddy, who is talking with one of the political institutions of Emmanuel County.
I'm here with Representative Bush Parrish. Bush Parrish, nice car here. I love it. Tell me about it.
Thank you. This is my wife. She lets me drive with her sometimes.
Oh, is that right? Well, it is a good day out here for the Pine Tree Festival, right?
We got a great crowd, great weather, and just fun to be here today. Good crowd.
All right. See you later.
Now, you know, we are so lucky to have Representative Parrish, Butch, to all of us local folks. He has represented us well in the legislature and continues to do so, and has been a real asset to Swainsboro, Emmanuel County, and the district.
He's one of those folks that doesn't take a lot of fanfare, but gets things done behind the scenes in just amazing ways.
He does.
Who do we have coming up behind him?
This is our district attorney and probate court judge. Probate court judge here first is Don Wilkes and his wife Tammy and their grandson. And now we have our district attorney. Yes, Hayward Altman.
I ought to mess with him and just send him a text message real quick and say hello, and he'd be looking down at his phone all of a sudden. Good morning. Now we've got the pride of Swainsboro High School, the Marching Tiger Band. Give a listen. Awesome job from them.
Swainsboro High School's finest.
Do just a wonderful job. You see them in the fall, you know, at halftime football games, whether it's here at Swainsboro High or on the road, wherever they're playing. They always do just a wonderful job.
They do that, Dal, and they always represent Swainsboro High School well. And they actually are one of the higher academically inclined groups of bands in the state.
Now we've got Daniel Chevrolet coming through here. Always a big sponsor in this community for sure.
That's the official pace car at Swainsboro Raceway. You heard me speak of. Paul Purvis does a great job out there. And again, we'll have about 30 states represented tonight in the Pinetree 100.
I was about to ask about that race coming up.
And that is Miss Swainsboro Speedway, or Swainsboro Raceway. This is another one of those events we have here in town, Dal, that bring in between 3,000 and 5,000 people depending on the weekend. And there's something at the raceway every weekend. It's either a mud race, a mud bogging, or go-kart racing, as well as the car races. Here we have one of the cars that'll be competing tonight.
They ought to get a little color on that. You know, it's a little drab.
Yeah.
It's just amazing to me with this festival how many events are going on various places around town, out into the county, that are tied back to this festival.
You know, everything that's happened in the last 10 days is tied to the festival, starting actually 3 weeks ago with the pageants. Here we see Junior Miss ECI, Emily Tabor.
Now, there's a soft spot in my heart when I see anything ECI. All my aunts and uncles graduated from there.
Fine institute.
Let's see. Tiny Miss Toombs County Cares. Rayleigh Hutchison.
Rayleigh, beautiful young girl. Preteen Miss Toombs County Cares, Morgan Taylor.
And speaking of ECI, here is their band.
They may not be about quantity, but they're all about quality.
You will see them out on the field They will roll out the electric guitar. You'll see a xylophone, things that you couldn't necessarily carry in a parade. But they, even as you said, a small group, but they do such a good job representing their school.
They do. We have over 100 entries this year in the parade, and a lot of those are businesses. This is Indoor Temperature Control, one of our local heating and air companies. Beautiful 8-in Ford there.
Sonny Dixon would be jealous to see that antique Ford tractor riding through.
When you said antique, you were talking about the Ford tractor, not Sonny, right?
Don't get me in trouble. He's about to retire, but still, you know, we're not going to say that kind of thing.
We also have several churches represented in the parade this year, as always.
Southside Baptist Church.
And Al, we missed them earlier, but we do want to give Senator Jack Hill and Senator Jesse Stone the representation.
And they do a wonderful job. We've caught a little bit of a slow spot here. We want to introduce you to some more of our commercial sponsors, and we'll have some more parade when we come back. Live in Swainsboro, the Pinetree Festival. Don't go away. Welcome back to beautiful downtown historic Swainsboro as we are live with the 70th annual Pinetree Festival Parade here in Swainsboro. You see some more of our floats coming through. We saw a van from Southside Baptist Church, and now they've got their float with them. It takes on a little bit of a military feel.
It does, but all the floats have a timber or pine tree theme of some sort. It may be colors, it may be some artistic work. But, of course, we are trying to promote the pine tree and the pine tree industry here in Swainsboro.
It is amazing to think about the timber industry in this community and what it means in terms of jobs and revenue, the fact of how much lumber, how much paper comes from this part of the state.
Timber is our #1 agricultural commodity in Emanuel County, and that's the whole premise of this festival back in '46 was to promote the timber industry. Around the turn of the century, 1900, there was a company called Coleman Naval Stores. They were actually the largest timber company in the nation, located here in Swainsboro, Georgia.
It is amazing to think about what comes out of here. And you know, for folks that worry about the environmental concerns, a lot of these trees that are being cut, they have been grown. Timber is a crop that is planted, it is grown, it is harvested and replanted. It's a little bit more environmental friendly than some folks think sometimes.
Absolutely, and it actually helps the environment to cut these trees and replant the new trees. The new growth actually does more for the environment than the older trees do. And we are constantly cutting trees here in Emanuel County. We are constantly planting trees. There is not a shortage.
We see that log truck coming through. You can imagine those are being cut all the time in this area. All right. Want to bring a third member of this, or the fourth, County Teddy out there. Want to bring in Wade Johnson. Wade, we thank you. You got the parade started. We saw you in the opening ceremony. Thank you for making all of this work.
No, that's not me. It's a lot of people. Thank you to the Shriners and all the volunteers. We actually had the parade. They were lined up 5 minutes early. I couldn't believe it. We're right on schedule.
And you guys kind of take a relaxed approach to this. You kind of, whoever's here, we line you up and we go. It's not you're in spot number 32 and you're in spot number 56. It's kind of laid back, isn't it?
It is, and it seems to work pretty well that way. So we don't want it. It's not broke. We don't fix it.
There you go. Now we saw the logs coming through. Now we've got another truck coming through. You see a little bit more of the finished product. What comes out of this county?
Finished product from Inter4, one of our local mills here in Swainsboro, and they actually ship this lumber all over the nation. And in some cases, it actually goes overseas. Goes through the port of Savannah.
It is amazing how much anything in Georgia goes through the port of Savannah and heads all over the world. While we've got a second and we're looking for this float to come, if folks are watching this parade and they're on the fence, it is not too late to get in the car after this is over and get here and enjoy the rest of the day and into the evening, right?
Absolutely. We've got the Flying Dogs. We got the Robinson Pigs here today. We got the FMX Motorcycle Stunt Show this afternoon.
We've got stuff lined up throughout the afternoon. So
they were practicing a little while ago with those motorcycles. They set up a ramp here in the middle of the street, and they were doing jumps, clearing the side of the building, and then they took it down, and they'll put it back up in a little while.
Those guys were getting cranked up. They have such adrenaline. They were just getting their practice jumps in, and they really didn't want to have to stop because the crowd was already getting into it. But we're going to get them back out here on the main stretch when the parade's over and get them jumping those bikes again.
When I saw Representative Butch Parrish, I asked him if he was next, and he just gave a big laugh.
That's actually products from Interfor that was cut at Interfor and built. That gazebo you see there.
That is gorgeous.
Here in Swainsboro.
If they could drop that off in my backyard, I'd be real grateful. I'd have a glass of tea for them.
That's right.
Wade and I already have dibs on that.
Oh, man. Well, maybe they'll build another one.
Interfor is such a great asset to our community, a big employer. We have Interfor product loaded on local log trucks driven by local log truck drivers, so it's around. Starts local, ends locally.
The best way to be. I think they know Mama's watching, right?
We hope so.
That is impossible to miss, that bright yellow Corvette.
That's beautiful. Got Miss Outstanding Teen. Pretty car with a pretty girl.
Yeah, Miss International City's Outstanding Teen, Leland Stewart. Leland's a local girl here in Swainsboro, great softball player with the Swainsboro High School Tigers.
Her father is a Chevrolet Corvette salesman. That's why she's riding on that Chevrolet Corvette.
She doesn't need to be riding anything else then.
That's right.
All right, we've got Swainsboro Primary coming by us. We've got a dance troupe coming, and we're going to let one of their alumni introduce them. Teddy, take it away.
This is the Southern Dance Connection, also known as SDC. I was about this small when I started back in the day. Brooke, tell me, how's everything going? You getting ready for recital?
We are so excited. We have our 34th annual recital coming up May 16th, and we are so excited and getting ready for that.
I know you are excited. Been working hard. Just got back from competition a couple months ago. All right. Looking good. Still going strong. See you later. Back to you, Dow.
Teddy, we're seeing some of these girls doing backflips out here. Since you graduated from that group, you want to go ahead and do a couple of them right now?
No, I'm good. I'll pass on that.
She probably stands a better chance of doing it than either one of us.
Yeah, we might flip, but we wouldn't flip out.
The flip would be no problem. It's the landing part that hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Which was an infamous line from Evel Knievel.
It looks like Southern Dance Recital has 2 trucks and walking girls. They have a large school there.
Now, these trucks you see are provided by Daniel Chevrolet here in Swainsboro.
Again, we say one of the big sponsors of this community, making everything possible. Let's see who we've got coming now.
Dow, we have, for the first time in 70 years, a camel.
Not everybody can say they have one of those coming through.
We had to pull some favors, but we got him here.
It's good you could get over the hump to get him here.
That's right.
Thank you. I'll be here all week.
Yeah, it's not hump day, but this camel's name is Aladdin. Aladdin is 3 years old. It's a male. And he comes to us from South Carolina. He is rideable. You see the saddle on him. And he'll be available all afternoon to be ridden.
There you go. Come on into town and take a ride on him. He came by a little while ago, and unfortunately he did what camels do, but that got taken care of, and it's all gone. So. And speaking of, when you think of camels, you think about Shriners. And Teddy, who do you have out there on the street?
I have the Savannah A-Lee Shriners. How does it feel to be in Statesboro for the Pinetree today?
I don't know. I'm in Swainsboro.
I said Swainsboro.
It's great to be here in Swainsboro to support our Shriners here in Swainsboro.
Well, we sure are glad to have you. Thank you. Back to you, Dow.
Teddy, that was slick putting a test on him like that. He didn't even fall for it.
Dow, behind him on one of these Harleys is Matt Griffin that works with Queensboro National Bank here in Swainsboro, one of our sponsors of the day's parade.
Great day to be a Shriner.
Good morning, sir.
Mac is not only a local great guy, but he is the one in charge of this parade you see here. He puts it all. They sign them all up, line them all up. Does a great job. One of the best volunteers we have.
He was running around here this morning like his head was on fire, but making sure everything is done. And Teddy is talking to him in the street right now. Go ahead, Teddy.
This festival means so much for Emanuel County, and I know you feel the same.
Yeah, I certainly do. I said the Pinetree. We certainly appreciate WTOC coming here and being with us today. A big celebration for Swainsboro, Emanuel County, and we certainly appreciate all the festivities going on, and we certainly appreciate the support.
Well, we appreciate being here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mac. And more Shriners behind him. Some of the high mighty movers and shakers.
Yeah, Dal, the Shriners have always been a part of the Pinetree Festival. Each of the 70 years that we've had the parade, they've always been a real important part. As a child, I remember the clowns being a terrifying part of the parade. And it only came after months and years of counseling that I got past those clowns. But we love having the Shriners and their motorcycles and their party van that's coming down the road here. We'll see it in a few minutes.
You know, we see them in the parades, and we see them when we think about just kind of this lighthearted, fun-loving group, but they do so much in the community. My partner in crime, Sonny Dixon, just came back from the Iron Night ride. I think he refers to it as the Iron Butt ride.
Yes.
Delivering money to the Shriners Hospital down in Tampa. And just amazing work that they do continuously. This part, they let off a little steam. They draw a little attention, being a little crazy and a little goofy on a parade time. But the rest of the year, what you don't see is the down to business that they're doing.
Absolutely. And, you know, any child that goes to a Shriners Hospital can go absolutely free. If they're not able to pay, it costs them absolutely nothing.
It is amazing the competitive spirit we get among some of these different shrine clubs from different communities. We see, you know, we'll see Tatnall, we'll see Swainsboro, we'll see Savannah, we'll see
Glenville.
Everywhere, Glenville especially. I'm going to leave somebody out and I'm going to be in trouble. But they get here and sort of see who can outdo the other.
Here's our local shrine bus right here.
These are some of those clowns I was talking about now. They get a little shaky when they come by.
Hopefully you've gotten over this. You're not traumatized anymore.
No.
Okay. I think everybody has a special memory of the parade that involves the Shriners.
And they'll bring just about any vehicle that'll crawl across the road to one of these parades.
That's right.
From dune buggies to motorcycles to go-karts. I think I even see a ship coming in the distance that we may pick up on here in a bit.
We've got a pirate ship on the way.
They'll take an old bus and turn it into just about anything.
That's right.
And make it fun.
I see the go-karts in the distance.
It'll be time to lock up the women and children, get them safely off the curb and back behind the protective glass somewhere. Del McCowart and the rest of that crew will be down here doing crazy eights in just a minute.
Oh, man, I see them.
We'll get the warning shot out so folks can get to a safe spot behind the pine straw bales and protective barriers.
I'm not really sure the driver of this dune buggy is human.
I think he's got ice. Whoa, wait a minute. I was thinking about Delma. No, wait a minute. Yeah, I think this one came from Area 51 in Roswell, New Mexico, maybe. And, of course, has to get a picture with the prettiest girl on the street. Okay.
He seems to be popular.
Popular is a good word to use. I don't know what other word I would put that I could say on TV. Ahoy, me mateys. The Pirates are here.
Not exactly the song you would think of and seeing
yeah, no, the Pirates of the Caribbean didn't have this in the soundtrack.
Now that's from your hometown, Dale. Savannah always
I don't think they take that thing down Victory Drive very often, though.
But I think I saw it on the Savannah River once.
Yeah.
Don't stick your feet out too far. Here comes the mobile unit.
The only thing that has better nerves than those drivers is Andy Laviola, who is holding the camera and will play chicken with these guys. And he is right up there on top of them. You can just about smell the exhaust at home, can't you? There's Delma.
I know of no other group that can seem to have as much fun with a little bit of gas and a little bit of rubber.
And leave a little bit of it in each town,
That's right.
I think they work on a scream quota that they have to get at least 2 or 3 screams in a certain block before they move forward.
That's right.
Let's see who we've got now. Lakeview Rest Home.
Lakeside Rest Home here in Swainsboro.
Like we said before, folks, as you see them, we're seeing them. So we're looking at, who is that? Okay, there we go.
That's another one of our local dance studios, All-Star Dance Academy.
Well, you know, these girls at these dance academies don't just perform here in Swainsboro, but they compete nationally for different things, go to camps. We see this as a real positive youth building program here in Swainsboro, Emmanuel County. A lot of our young girls come up through those programs and go on to do great things.
And it's so motivating for them to be a part of something and stay committed to it and be in a practice every week, several days a week.
And those girls are actually very athletic.
And they stay very busy. I have a daughter in the dance studio myself, and it's always taking her somewhere.
That was the 2014 Relay for Life court you see there.
See another car coming through. That is Brooke McBroom and Haley Hayslip.
That's correct.
Good morning. How are y'all?
Two more local girls.
Coming behind, WXRS.
There's our local radio station.
And they are the folks who put the handy house over there in the tree and sponsor that every year. Having done that a couple of times, it is a challenge. When you think back to the days they would get one person to spend 30 days up 30, 40 feet in a tree, now they get one person. They get 30 people to do one day each. That's a little bit easier, but you definitely get the royal treatment if you are tree sitting for a day.
Yeah, the last time they broke the Guinness Book of World Records as a pine tree sitter was 40 some odd days, and I think they just decided it was too much to ask one person to do that anymore.
They came down a little squirrely after that, didn't they?
A little shaky, literally. This is Pack 75 Cub Scouts here in Swainsboro. Future Boy Scouts, and I'm sure we've got an Eagle Scout or two in that group.
Do an outstanding job. So many positives that come out of scouting.
You know, Dow, that's another one of those things that you really get to appreciate in a small town, because folks in the larger communities just don't have the opportunities, it doesn't seem, to take part in scouts, and as we were talking about dancing and marching band and things like that, our kids here have an opportunity to take a part in several different activities.
Sometimes it may be having too many things to choose from, and in a community here, you're able to focus on those.
That's right.
Take a look at our group behind us.
And Dow, this is a new business here in Swainsboro that's been on here a year or two, and it's really taken off. Look at all the kids signed up for the karate classes, and they do all kinds of events, and if you've got some open to the public, they'll come and do a demonstration. A lot of kids involved.
I have a little bit of experience with that. My son is about 2 belts away from his black belt now, and the commitment and the group and the solidarity they have is just amazing. Who do we have coming behind us? Sewing and alterations.
Yeah, just another group of young people here in Swainsboro.
Now, I bet that machine has done a few things. Now, you see that antique sewing machine, and there's a smartphone sitting underneath it.
That's the Heart of Gold Daycare Center.
Everybody incorporating those green and gold colors for the festival. Also, same colors for East Georgia College. And let's see, who do we have coming in now?
This is Swainsboro Financial Services, another good-looking float.
And Dal talking about the floats, when the Pinetree Festival started in ¡46, all the floats were homemade, actually home built by people here in Swainsboro. And in the '60s, they decided to rent floats. And we were looking at one of the historic films this past week, and a lot of the folks commented on what the quality was way back when we had the home builts versus the ones that we actually rent and decorate locally still. But the quality was just unbelievable.
It is amazing the passion and the hard work that goes into this festival from so many people putting their best foot forward. Now we've got some more folks from Swainsboro High School, Homecoming Queen and Homecoming King. Good morning. How are y'all?
And behind them we have the mayor and city council of the city of Nunez.
You know, you've got to have some Emmanuel County training to know how to pronounce that, because I've seen people that see a sign and they
Nunez.
It's Nunez.
Nunez, that's right.
There's our local newspaper, the Forest Blade.
We saw Bill was up there on the stage, for the folks who have kept that paper going for so many years.
There's the Bobcat from our local and proud East Georgia State College.
And Dal, some of our viewers may not realize, but we actually have intercollegiate sports here now. We actually have a baseball team at East Georgia State College. We have a softball team. We have a basketball team that actually went to the Elite Eight in its third year of existence 2 years ago.
We were following them, and everybody was getting so excited. I tell you, so many things with East Georgia growing between the campus here in Swainsboro and then the satellite campus in Statesboro. East Georgia just keeps growing and growing.
It does, and they just opened a campus up in Somerville, in Augusta, as a feeder campus to GRU.
There we had two more beauty queens, and we've got the Faircloths, another local business that deals with the
forest
Pinetree.
Products. Cover your ears as the fire truck coming through. They'll hit that horn, no doubt. From Garfield, as we said, talked about Nunez. Now we've got Garfield. So many communities, so many municipalities outside of Swainsboro, so many communities of Twin City, Garfield, Nunez, so many towns in this that make up Emmanuel County. It's wonderful to always see folks. And here we have Miss David Emanuel Academy, Lauren Roney.
And Dal, you talk about those small towns, and those people that live in those small towns have a lot of pride, and they love this parade, and they can put their city or their groups in the parade. They have a lot of pride.
And Dal, you mentioned some of those. We can't leave out Adrian and Oak Park.
And sure enough, I was going to leave out somebody. Probably should be safe and put Summertown in there as well.
Absolutely, Summertown. Suburb of Twin City.
Then you can throw in Canucci as well.
There you go. And Stillmore. Can't leave them out.
No.
I think this is Hillcrest Baptist Church coming up.
Can't miss them today with those orange shirts.
No. It's safe for hunting season with those. Some are riding, some are walking.
Got a good group. There's their preacher, Josh Black, walking with his son on his shoulders.
Son's got the prime time view up there.
Yeah, he does. Sporting that Atlanta Braves hat. Hillcrest has got a couple of big float, all kinds of stuff going on in the parade.
Now they know how to do a pine tree float.
I was going to say, they have incorporated the pine theme quite well.
Good job, great job.
Somebody just asked, are we on TV? Yes, you were.
You want to come up?
Now, I've seen this truck before, and watch your ears. He's notorious. He will burn those tires down if he gets the space to do it.
I noticed him sort of waiting back a little bit. Yep.
He may have gotten a warning not to do that this year. I don't know.
I think he's just sort of letting the rumble come out of that engine to let everybody know he could if he wanted to.
If he wanted to.
Times are hard. Those tires aren't cheap either.
I was going to say. And a souvenir postcard from the Swainsboro Police Department wouldn't be too good either.
No. Here we got Miss Smith Willoughby, Little Miss Twin City Elementary. And then right behind her on the motorcycle with her daddy is Miss Hallie Henry. There she is. TCE Princess, riding that motorcycle with her daddy.
More folks from Twin City Elementary.
That's Miss Layla Atkinson. I'll tell you guys, we got a big parade this year.
And Dal, you were mentioning all those different communities, but we have representation from each one of those through the volunteer fire department. It's a big plus here in Emmanuel County.
You got in a county this size, you rely on your volunteer fire departments that stretch all over the county. Chief Mike Strobridge at the Swainsboro department, city department can only do so much, and so you're able to stretch those folks out, put a truck here, put a truck there, and those volunteers in each community are able to do something.
Yeah, we are the 7th largest county in the state, over almost 700 square miles that they cover, and believe it or not, we have a fire truck within 5 minutes of everyone in Emmanuel County.
And a lot of very proud volunteers who work those departments.
Absolutely. We can't thank them enough.
Now I'm looking in the car behind these folks that are walking. Is that Franklin Sasser?
That is the infamous Franklin Sasser.
He was my grandparents' pastor at First Baptist Church of Twin City, so I know him well.
Yep. He'd have to be 112.
You said that, I didn't.
Those two cars are actually representing Pruitt Hospice here in Swainsboro.
Okay. The Mustang followed by the Corvette. You got a Ford and you got a Chevy. You've covered both your bases.
That's right.
There you go.
Right. Followed by a Ford truck.
There you go.
There you go.
I'm trying to identify who the next float is.
They've incorporated the theme for sure. Let's see, who do we have? I see a slogan, but I don't see a name. 70 years growing our future. We'll see it as soon as they pass.
Emmanuel County Farm Bureau.
There we go.
Emmanuel County Farm Bureau.
And the Women's Committee.
Yeah.
All right, while we've got a little bit of space here in the street, let's go to some of our sponsors, and we will be back in just a minute, live from Swainsboro, the Pinetree Festival. Stay with us. A little old school music coming off the float from Old Freeman Family Farm in Bullock County. You can hear a little bit of My Girl, The Temptations.
How about that truck, Dow?
When you see that truck, you know it's Freeman Family Farms. You describe that as like it's green and a little brown and a little rust. It is authentic, to say the least. Speaking of green,
got a modern John Deere tractor pulling a not so modern wagon.
And he's spraying Andy with the squirt gun. That's not a way to get on Andy's good side.
Guy with a water gun right there.
You can squirt the cameraman. Don't squirt the camera, please.
Next, we got Timmy Bush from TNT Hobby Shop, and actually TNT Electrical Supply, another local business here in Swainsboro. Good-looking float there.
Now, who's driving that? Wait a minute now. I don't see a driver in there. Very small driver. Here we go.
Mr. Bush has started these remote control. He's built a remote control racetrack in his facility, and it's becoming popular.
That's cool. Okay, now this one may have a driver. Okay, that's a little bit easier to imagine. Georgia Forestry coming up here.
That's for small fires, Down.
Oh, okay.
That's a small fire truck.
Detail work,
yeah.
Okay. Emmanuel County unit from Georgia Forestry. We mentioned earlier, you saw in the opening segment, Georgia Forestry, as you would imagine, a big part of this festival and a big part of life here in Emmanuel County.
That's right. We do have a local unit located here in Swainsboro, and all the equipment that you see here is located here in Swainsboro. It's such a big county, we have to have several units to protect. And on the back of one of these trucks, you see old Smokey. Smokey is celebrating his 70th birthday, just like the Pinetree Festival this year.
It got a rendition of Happy Birthday from Miss Georgia before. You may have seen that in our opening segment. If you're joining us right now, we're live in Swainsboro with the Pinetree Festival. Smokey the Bear.
Birthday bear on the dozer.
Now, you never want to see these folks have to get into emergency action, but it is good to know that they are there and they come through in areas. They're able to help the traditional fire trucks, but there's only so far in the woods those guys can go, and then you need Georgia Forestry to go in as well.
Yeah, and they can literally go anywhere with this equipment.
When that dozer hits the ground, it moves with purpose, let me tell you. I've seen it firsthand.
Nothing gets in its way. No. Trees, hills, anything. Now that's about the cutest person I've seen attending
absolutely
in one of these trucks.
We got our local police chief, it looks like, driving the Swainsboro fire truck.
Yeah, it's our local fire chief, Mike Strobridge. Mike does a great job here.
Now we talk about institutions in Swainsboro. Mike's been here for what, about 70 years? Or it just feels that way?
I won't tell him you said that. Mike and I actually used to work the ambulance service together back in the 80s.
Okay.
Great guy.
Now the local fire station puts on a beauty pageant every year to raise money for the burn, and that provides health care and costs for anyone that's been injured in a fire and needs to have medical attention and can't pay for it. And I'm happy to tell you my own daughter, Miss Allie Kate Johnson's in that fire truck right there. She won the pageant this year for her age group.
No favoritism at all, right? No. And she's doing an awesome job.
That's right.
And we move from Swainsboro to Twin City Fire Department.
Twin City Fire Department.
I'm going to be careful what I say because there's probably some kin folks in that department. Either Kennedys, Johnsons, Durdens, Roundtrees. And we mentioned Summertown a while ago.
Fire Department. There you go. And there's the Nunez Fire Department as well.
Some of the volunteers and their families that help make that a success serve in the gap when they need to. And we saw that low boy a while ago. Maybe that's the fire truck that the low boy was supposed to be carrying.
That's it, carrying the big Dalmatian. That's Dottie the Dalmatian.
That's the Burn Foundation we were talking about earlier, the Georgia Firefighter Burn Foundation. Great organization.
They do so much. Here's some folks near and dear to my heart with American Red Cross from the Savannah chapter, which covers everything from Brunswick all the way back up here, doing so much for so many people. When we think about fires and home fires and disasters, those are the folks that are out there first on the scene, making sure folks have got a place to stay, got something to eat, and some clothes on their back.
Yeah, and that's another one of those groups that you hope you never see, but you're glad you know they're there.
Miss Swainsboro Elementary School. And some of her classmates walking in with her.
Our local Emmanuel Arts Council.
And there's one of our local celebrities, be coming up in just a second, Kenny Griffin, Mr. Georgia Power here in Swainsboro.
Kenny Griffin, how are you, sir?
Backwoods Steak and Seafood, formerly known as Coleman Lake Restaurant.
Oh, my goodness.
Good food and good times.
When you say Coleman's Lake or you say McKinney's Pond, my ears perk up.
Start thinking about fried shrimp.
This is Mr. Hal Hall with Hall Dental here in Swainsboro.
Now, if you're old enough to think about those places, you think about going in, taking a swim in the pool.
In the coldest water on the planet.
I believe it. The coldest water, at least in North America, coming from an artesian well.
Got A to Z Power Equipment, local Gravely and Aaron's dealer.
Baby Miss, Southeast Georgia JC Fair.
She's all dolled up.
She's got the sunglasses on that say no autographs, please. No autographs.
She might be a future Shriner.
Junior Miss DEA, Carrie Newsom, and young Miss DEA, Grace Catherine Hood.
And that's Grace's father, Clay Hood, local guy, driving that pretty yellow Camaro.
And now we've got representation from one of our local youth groups, the Dixie Youth League, which is baseball, the Kiwanis Club team.
Got the C&G Car Care team. Well, we got Bill Free coaching and driving.
Now look right behind them. Hot Rod Deluxe.
Nice looking ride. These are some of the vehicles that were featured in our car show this morning. They'll be on display this afternoon. We have over 100 entries in that particular event. If you would get a chance to come out and take a look at those vintage vehicles.
And they're all right down the street over on Main. Everything from where we're sitting right now, you can get to everything that's a part of this festival within walking distance.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Don't you know those cars could burn some tires down?
Ooh. Now, you may remember, or may not, but, you know, Swainsboro sits at the crossroads of the two longest continuous pieces of pavement in the U.S., Highway 80, U.S. Highway 80 and U.S. 1. And we're only about 50 feet from that intersection.
As the sign says, where main streets meet.
That's right, crossroads of the Great South.
Here's 100.5 local radio station, The Rooster.
More folks from WXRS and radio group that puts everything on the air here on the radio in Emmanuel County.
Let's hope we don't get hit with the shirt gun there.
I mean, that thing bounced off the building a while ago. You know, part of so many things from whoa.
Hey, look
there
at
we
that.
go. Came in from behind. It was like the boomerang. There we go. Part of so many things in this community, those folks do.
We've got Delwood Baptist Church, another great local church.
And that's the hair I'd wear on Sunday morning to church.
I think we got Daniel in the Lion's Den there.
It looks like they got a Weimaraner dressed up like a lion.
There you go.
And then a little bit of circus.
Another one of those Shriner escapees.
I think they're advertising for Bible school coming up in June is what I saw on there.
That's right.
More folks from the church that are walking behind.
Yep, Delwood Baptist Church.
That's right.
And if you come to town, you'll often see these people volunteering around the county. Do a great job from Delwood. Appreciate their help.
Now I wonder if they drew straws because some of them are riding and some of them are walking. Did you draw the short straw and you've got to walk, or do they rotate in and out?
No, I think the short strawers walked.
But it's a beautiful day for it, so it's not that bad.
And representing the Citizens Bank of Swainsboro here, this is actually another Dixie Youth League team.
That's right.
Baseball team.
Coming behind, Emmanuel County Preschool Center.
Got all the kiddos decked out.
Another good-looking group of kids with gold hair.
Yeah.
Another local company, People's Lawn Care.
We got another radio station flow coming through, Y96.
They have invaded from Dublin.
Our neighbor in Lawrence County.
And they're actually doing a live remote here in Swainsboro today and be on the air till about 4 o'clock.
Okay.
Giving away free gifts. Be located in front of the courthouse.
You know, one of the best things on that Y95 is that Saturday night classic country jukebox. My family loves to sit around and listen to that on Saturday night.
The ambulance coming up in the back that tells us that the parade is wrapping up. Luckily, nobody's in the back of that thing.
We don't think.
Nope. They're as slow as they're moving, I would say so. Listen, we're going to go back and bring you a couple more of our commercial sponsors, and we will wrap things up when we get back live from the Swainsboro Pinetree Festival. Stay with us. Welcome back to WTOC's coverage of the 70th annual Swainsboro Pinetree Festival. And we're going to talk now. Things have finally calmed down enough that we can get Mayor Charles Swaby over on the side to stop long enough to talk to us. Teddy, let's talk to the mayor.
Mayor Swaby, we're here at the 70th annual Pinetree, the longest continuously running festival in Georgia, and we know that the main thing that drives that is the timber industry. Talk to me a little bit about that and tell me what it means for us here in the city of Swainsboro.
Well, first of all, good morning, and so glad to have WTOC here. It's been a great morning, beautiful weather. Who could ask for anything better? The answer to your question is almost 70% of the pine products in Georgia come from this 6-county area. So obviously it has always been a prime contributor to this economy. It gets bigger every year. Thousands of people are employed doing this, and you can see we've had a great parade. I think the longest one we've ever had, probably close to 10,000 people here this morning. And just glad y'all could be with us.
Me too. It's a great thing to help to grow the city and everything. It's just
Absolutely.
Wonderful to have all these people here to support us and everything we do.
Everybody's having a great time.
Yep, I'm glad. Turned out to be a great day. Thank you, Mayor Swaby.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Teddy. We're going to talk to a couple more of those commercial sponsors, and when we come back, we'll let you know a few of the events going on. We'll talk to a couple of other people as we start to wrap things up from Swainsboro Live. Stay with us. It's the Pinetree Festival Parade. Welcome back to beautiful downtown Swainsboro. Does it get any prettier than that fountain and the trees and everything of this downtown park? We are live. We've wrapped up some of the parade entries. We want to go back and talk. Teddy has got our Grand Marshal again to talk with her a little bit. Teddy, take it away.
I'm here with Miss Daisy Reeves, the Grand Marshal of the 2015 Pinetree Festival. Miss Daisy, what an honor, first of all, it must be to have the title of Grand Marshal.
It certainly is. It's an honor, and I'm extremely humbled to have been selected this year.
Yep.
It's one of those things where it takes a lot of people not only to pull off this festival every year, but all the people of Emmanuel County are continually on a daily basis doing wonderful things for our community to make it a better place to live. And I just feel like I sort of represent those people that just do anything and everything on a daily basis to help our community be a good community and somewhere where you want to raise your children.
Right. Yeah, I heard somebody made the comment earlier that we had like doubled pretty much the population of Swainsboro with all the people here today.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Now, there are a lot of folks out in the county, but getting them all to town is a real feat. And we've been very blessed with beautiful weather. We've been very blessed with the group that has put this event together. And just to plug a few things, we have a pine tree sitter that sits in a pine tree for the 40-something days prior to the festival. We had a Rhythm and Pines event last night. We had 5 different musical groups here in town, and it was all open, free to the public around the square. And we had a great time last night. And today we've got racing pigs, we've got motorcycles, we have got dog shows, we've got crafts, we've got just all sorts of events for our community. And we're just delighted to have everybody, and especially y'all. And just in case you don't know, Teddy is one of ours. She's from right here in Emmanuel County and one of our special young people that we're so very proud of.
Well, thank you, Miss Daisy. That sure does mean a lot to me. Yeah, like she was saying, events planned all throughout the day, even up to tonight to the Pinetree 100 at the Swainsboro Raceway. But we're live here. Lots of people. Could be one of the prettiest festivals I've ever seen here. Let's send it back on over to Dow.
Now, when you got 2 lovely little ladies in the street talking, why in the world would they throw it back to the 3 of us? I do not know.
I don't know.
Listen, we want to introduce you one more time to some of our financial sponsors, the folks who have made this possible. When we come back, we'll be wrapping things up. We'll give you a list of some of the things you can see and a few more reasons why you want to make your way down here to Swainsboro, downtown, and enjoy this festival. We'll have that when we come back. Don't go away. Welcome back to Swainsboro and our coverage of the Pinetree Festival Parade. We're wrapping things up. You can see folks are starting to move around, heading to some of the booths to check out all the attractions that are down here. Plenty to see, plenty to do, an assortment of things going on. Ken, Wade, tell us a little bit of what's going on.
Ken, Dale, we've got the Team FMX starting to line up and get their big jump ramp set up. We're going to have a motorcycle stunt event here in just a few minutes as soon as they get ready. We've got a group called the Robinson Racing's Pigs. These pigs run, they race, they swim. We've got a guy that's doing some chainsaw carving right over here, Chap Nelson. We've got a petting zoo. We've got a water event where kids can get as wet as they want to get. We've got over 100 vendors set up selling food and arts and crafts. We've got a grill off back there if you want some good home cooking off the grill. We've got some of that for you. There's nothing that anybody wouldn't want to do that's downtown Swainsboro today, and we invite you to come. You got plenty of time to still get here.
And if folks remember the old days when it was out at the recreation department and you'd have to drive from here to there, everything is within walking distance. You park a spot here in downtown, and you're able to walk the streets. The traffic is blocked off. You're able to walk through, find everything right here within walking distance.
Everything's within walking distance.
And let's don't forget we have Aladdin the Camel.
That's right.
First time ever. Only place in Swainsboro, in Georgia, that you can actually ride a camel today.
And you guys had a hand in changing the law where that, because it used to be illegal in Georgia to ride a camel.
That's right.
But these guys did something about that.
We lobbied Atlanta, and we got it passed that you can actually ride a camel in Georgia now.
Well, listen, you're invited to come on out. There's plenty to do. It will be here all evening. You heard Teddy and Miss Reeves talking about what all's going on. So you want to come out. You want to have a great time. Everything is downtown here in Swainsboro. So come on out. I want to thank you for joining us. For Wade Johnson, Ken Warnock, I'm Dale Kennedy, Teddy Roundtree in the street interviews. I want to thank everybody behind the scenes, from Craig Harney, Channing Beecham behind the camera. So many folks, you've heard names, and more people than I can call, but it's a team that makes it happen. We want to thank everybody here in Swainsboro for making it happen. Our sponsors, our headline sponsors are
Queensboro National Bank, the Chamber of Commerce,
Pinetree Foundation,
and the City of Swainsboro. I want to thank those sponsors. Couldn't do it without them.
Couldn't do it without any of them. I want to invite you to come on out, enjoy the day, enjoy the night here in Swainsboro. For WTOC, I want to thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next year. Come on out and enjoy the Pinetree Festival in downtown Swainsboro.